Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Mary and welcome to my little corner of the internet that's to do with my crafting. This is video 3 of 3. Same t-shirt, same everything, haven't moved, bum's starting to get numb. So we'll just get into it. Video 1 was me showing you my finished objects. If you looked at my FOs, I haven't moved from here, so nothing has shifted. Video 2 was my not accountability, what grams etc. I have used, what's come in, what's went out, what am I in the minus, am I in the plus? Have you watched that one? Go. As I say, this is just for my benefit and for my fun. If you find it entertaining, happy days. I should say like, subscribe, but yeah, that's not really my thing. And girls, if you're watching this when I'm dead and buried, yeah, I've always been like this. Show this to your kids and say your granny was a nutter. Anyway, right, so what this video is Yarn and Yarns, Ange from Yarn and Yarns does a 12 casts on for the year. It starts in December and then you have to have everything cast on for the beginning of the year. So I done mine whatever way I done it. I can't remember now because it was 6 months ago, and I picked 12 different kind of, I don't want to say topics, but different things, and put them in categories of what I was going to do. So what I have done is I have written down what my 12 things were. I then have went through the last, because I don't even keep myself accountable, and writing every month what I'm doing and what I'm making and what I finished and blah blah blah, and what I haven't finished. Some things I haven't finished because it's going to be a year-long project, and I don't know about any of you, but over this side of the world, in case you didn't know, I'm from Northern Ireland. We're having hot weather and I am not really doing blankets. So that's my toilet flushing. Somebody upstairs. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Michael just come in. So as I say, I've written down the 12 things that I've done. Then I have went through the last 6 months and I have counted and ticked, you know, if I've started it or whatever. I'm not going to give you dates of everything that started, not doing that, just going to give you stats. Again, this is purely to hold me accountable. Who to? Me? Is it a challenge for me, to me, because of me? Yeah. If anybody else finds it interesting, maybe not interesting, but maybe entertaining. Because one thing you won't get here is you won't get, yeah, I am not the most professional, and I'm aware that I talk too long and I forget to look at the camera and talk too long, talk too fast. Right, look, see, look, I'm waffling. So, Yarn and Yarn 12 casts on. My first cast on was, can you guess it? Fingering weight socks. Now, when I say fingering weight socks, I put them into 2 different categories this year. One is socks that's just going to be for whomever, in terms of, be it, as I said in a couple of videos ago, that I'm doing socks for, well, I make socks, I've made socks for Cara May, I've made socks for wee Frida from the group that I'm going to, and other ones. So they count in that. The other category is my fingering weight Marie Curie socks. Those Marie Curie socks are going to be sent to a lady, a doctor on Instagram, who deals with patients. Marie Curie is a cancer charity here. We were touched with cancer in our, well, more than once, but quite recently in the family. So I wanted to try and do at least 6 pairs this year. I've only 2 done, so I need to get my ass going on that. It'll get done, and if it doesn't get done, it'll just keep adding. So first one, as I say, fingering weight socks. I have done 6 pairs of fingering weight socks. So that was number 1. Number 2 is DK weight socks. That I have done 5 pairs of DK socks. And then Marie Curie socks I have done 2. So for a total of, those are 3, there was 1, 2 and 3, but they are still 1, 2 and 3 categories, but they're pretty much the same thing, I suppose, but they're not classed as one, they're classed as 3 different entities, or 3 of my different, what the fuck am I trying to say? cut that. First one for my 12 cast on, fingering weight socks, I made 6. Second one, DK weight socks, I made 5 pairs of DK weight socks. Marie Curie socks, which is the yellow and green because that's their colours, their flowers, the daffodil, I've only done 2. So that's 3 of 12. Number 4 was hats. I've made 4 different hats, but I've 2 kind of categories. I've doubled some of the categories up because I've just realised I'm not a huge garment knitter. As much as I would love to knit sweaters and jumpers, and I have, you know, and I've knit cable knit, and not recently, but I have done them. And I'm going to try my hand again. I want to knit a couple of wee, what they called, where there's no sleeves in them. It's not a waistcoat. Overall? No. Pullover? No. The heck. Anyway, menopause brain, don't know. Want to knit a couple of them. But I've got a category of just plain hats with nothing matching with it, and then I've got hats and cowl sets. So with the hat and cowl set, I've done 1, but I've knit four hats separately. The next 2 categories are plain knitting and corner to corner. So that's where I've started 2 big projects. Haven't touched them for a couple of months purely because it's been too blinking hot here and I didn't want to. Next category is crochet blankets. I have a big crochet blanket on at the minute. I've done a crochet blanket, and then for Fred, that was one of the ones I've done for him, with the same yarn. Within that there you've got your scrap blankets as well. Again, another bullet point. So scrap blankets would be number 9. I've done a couple of them. Baby blankets and lap gowns, 4 things. When I'm keeping the scrap blankets because it's separate, because again it's bits and pieces of wool. When I say baby blanket and lap gown, it would be using all the same yarn. So again, trying to find my 12 things was a bit, I suppose, a bit hard at times. But again, I know what I'm doing. What's going on up here and what's coming out here might not be the same thing. So the baby blankets and lap gowns, I've done 3. Shawls / scarves type of things. Like I've shown you recently, the Linus Shawls and the triangular shawl and the Sophie scarf, you know, that type of thing. I've done 7 of them, and then I done so that would be category 11. Category 12 I put into like bags. I want to crochet a couple of bags, or even knit a couple of more bags. I've done some pot holders. So, you know, I've knit a bag and I've done mostly pot holders and a couple of wee things that I forgot to show you for the kitchen. And that's a total of 7. So this video is not making any sense. And if you make sense of this, you're menopausal. Because it only makes sense in my menopausal brain. So that's kind of where I am when it comes to everything on my 1 to 12 bullet point list. I have touched, made, or started. Everything I haven't finished. Everything I have finished almost, other than the big blankets, the plain knitting and the corner to corner blankets. They're not probably even going to be finished this year. But everything I have finished 1 of. So do I think of my 12 cast-ons as complete? Practically, yeah. Do I think of it as successful? 110%. Shit, if I only done 1 of these things, you know, and of the 12, and I'd only knit 1 pair of socks, that's successful. You know what I mean? Whatever we do as crafters, as long as we're finding it fun, some of us may find it interesting, you know, but as long as we find it fun and we're getting something out of it, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or feels. So this, whatever this was, update, if you're a woman of a certain age, you'll get it. Okay, folks. God bless. Take care. Bye.